Some of you know me as Dr. Rimka, your brain optimization health expert. And some of you right now are on my personal page and you know me just as Stephanie Rimka. Now, many of you are using CBD like crazy right now, and that's really, really, really awesome. CBD is super hot. People are using it and buying it like crazy. I have a few things to say about it. Here's kind of the 3 top things you need to know so you can kind of make sure you're not getting ripped off. One, you need to know, is there real CBD even in this product? That's like a thing, okay? Lots of brands are being tested and there's virtually no cannabidiols in the product. Like, this isn't the first time you guys should be surprised that something says something's in it and it's really not, because it happens all the time in the supplement industry. It's notorious for faking, fudging, for not having to be compliant, for not being tracked. And it's notorious also for counterfeit products, okay? So you need to be able to figure out, is there really CBD in it? Number 2, you need to know what a therapeutic dose feels like. I'll tell you what that is. Like, how much milligrams for you is a therapeutic dose? Is it what you really need, okay? And you can actually augment the effects of the cannabidiols in your system tremendously, because cannabidiols, CBDs, are really helping heal you on a cellular level. They're instigating things within your body, an endocannabinoid system. They're instigating a normal function. You need them, right? So it's a cellular level healing that's taking place. And you can augment the efficiency of that by altering your diet, right? There's a way what you can eat, a metabolic state that will help the cannabis work more effectively so you can take less of it. You save money, right? If you eat this way, you take less of this and you save a lot of money. I have been using CBD clinically with patients. This is not some new bandwagon that I just jumped on. I just didn't get pitched something from some really fancy marketing. I went through years ago and I went over 15, 20 different products that are on the market at the time. Some new ones have come out, okay? And research, talked to the owners, sat with the CEO, went through presentations, bought all the products because I can get everything wholesale, tried them for months on a whole large beta group of patients, tracked the results, looked at the cost per milligram of every brand that was working, looked at the safety, looked at the testing, looked at was it full spectrum, looked at was it isolate. I did all that crap, okay? Made a decision. Came up with my favorite brand. They trained me. I studied with them a long time. It's great. I buy it wholesale. I sell it off my shelf. Well, now I'm not a brick and mortar, you guys. I'm totally virtual. So I haven't been selling any because I'm not slick and I don't have landing pages and web stores and you got to hire people to do all that stuff. But I'm trying to figure it out because I'm just leaving money on the table and that's just stupid. And you guys want me to help you. You all want to ask me what I want you to do. And I don't have time to with everybody. And we don't have time. We're flooded with too much intake, right? I got to figure out my systems. I'm an Aquarian. It's not what I do. CBD is flooding the market now. There are more things that I can keep up with. I've heard a lot of nonsense. I've seen a lot of bad products, and I've seen a lot of products that don't even really contain any CBD. I've seen it to where you're taking it and you're like, well, I really don't feel anything. One, there's probably not enough in it. You're paying dollars per milligram instead of cents per milligram. And because that's how you need to do the math. So one, you guys, is there CBD? Try to do a little research. Who's backing it? What is it? How long they've been around? How are they processing it? Elixinol's been around a really long time. They know what they're doing, but okay. You can do your own little Google research. You can trust doctors who've been doing it for a long time. It's what I've used for a long time. It's got the real stuff in it. Then you need to know how to take it, right? Because there's capsules, liposomal, tinctures, the pen, there's all these different forms, and there's a little bit of knowing how the right way to do it. Right, Tom, you could just buy it from me. You want to put it in your mouth, like say it's like a tincture. This goes under the tongue. You want to hold it sublingually. You're going to hold it like, the longer you hold it, 2 to 3 minutes, the better off you're going to be. And then you want to swish it all around. You're trying to increase absorption. Absorption is hard to do. My number 1 recommendation actually for Elixinol is the liposomal. That is the one I recommend across the board for first timers to try. I personally will tell you, I use the X pen. That's the one. X pen is what I take. Almost everybody I recommend the liposomal. Why? Liposomal is very affordable. highly absorbable. Okay, you get it for 1 milligram of liposomal form. It's about 8 to 10 milligrams of this. I usually just give this to children, or I'll put it in a pill pocket for a dog. It's not my favorite, but it's what we had at first. It works. It's all good. The X-Pen is the heaviest, full spectrum, is a little bit of MCT and turmeric and other things that help increase that absorption. It's got the highest THC, totally legal, but it's still the biggest. I just like the dosing of it. I feel it the strongest. I don't feel the liposomal, and I want to feel it. Okay. But for a family, kids, pets, everybody, liposomal, tons of return on investment for your money. You're paying 2-3 cents a milligram. If you're buying another brand, I want you to do some math. How much per milligram are you spending? That's what matters. People say, well, I bought this other thing because it was only $50 or something like that. Like, I don't forget what these would sell for. Like, this thing would be $44 in my office, and I don't have a price. I don't know what this was, but do the math. I go, yeah, but you're paying $3 a milligram. Another side note, there's no special dog CBD. It's called marketing. You're getting ripped off. Okay. The other thing, actually, having your body being able to burn fat for fuel really easily, not being a sugar addict, not being a carb addict. Some people would say that's a nutritional ketosis kind of state. So I'm not saying you need to be on a keto diet. Hear that correctly, because I don't actually even like what's usually being called a keto diet. But ketogenic style diets accelerate, accentuate, and make your cannabis work so much more effectively. So that's a real thing, actually. It's been studied. Like, woo! Okay, so those are your big top 3 tips. What else? So yeah, that's about it. If you want to know a little bit more about some of what I just talked about, I will, if you send me, I need an email, okay? You want me to tell you my general dosing guidelines, I'll give it to you, but I need to send it to you in an email. You know, I think about my mother and my sister when it comes to picking products and prices. Like, can they afford it? There's going to be a small 10 to 15% of people will not be responders to cannabis. Doesn't mean it's not helping them, but will it, if they're looking for a physical feeling of anxiety to be going, or muscle tension or pain, and they aren't getting it, they might want to make a decision not to do it, or we titrate them just really low. So we just have a small medicinal amount a few times a week. So we know we're helping some of that cellular level anti-inflammation, and we're helping some of the neurotransmitter productions. That's what I love it for. I've seen a lot of nonsense. I'm just saying, you really need to be careful right now. I would be careful. And like all the gummies and all that crap, it's almost always crap, you guys. You're getting like maybe a milligram of CBD, maybe 5, and a bunch of high fructose corn syrup and food dyes. Stop with the gummies, for Christ's sake. I don't understand it. Food sources are like one of the worst dosing mechanisms. And the vape, to me, is just an adjunct therapy as well, but it's really great for lung and asthma and other issues like that. It's not my favorite source. There's only 2 vapes I trust in the market, and this is one of them. Vapes are dangerous. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.